Hi, my name is Bhupendra Singh. I'm here to present our report of case analysis and application strategy models with my fellow Chris and Manish. So we are here to discuss the case study of supermarkets like Coles and Woolworth. Like in this global competitive world, every company has to face the strict competition from its core competitors and have to remain vigilant towards new entrants and existing competitors. And it also should be aware of methods to compete uniquely with its competitors. The main objective of the report is to investigate and evaluate two supergiant markets of Australia like Woolworth and Coles. Like when we come to the summary, like this case study is about Woolworth and Coles. Like there are some small competitors like LD and IGA are giving good competition to the supermarkets like Coles and Woolworth. The strategy of Coles and Woolworth to beat the other small supermarket is like price marketing, digital capacity, control of suppliers, and market coverage. The LD, like in small players, is expanding its market share as compared to the small players. Like when we come to the Coles was founded by George Coles in 1914 in Melbourne. The Coles at the moment has 807 supermarkets all over Australia. It also owns 1,502 locations along with a branded petrol station. Coles is associated with top-ranked suppliers and growers to provide the best quality of food to its customers. Like when it comes to the business strategy of Coles, it offers discount products on the weekend to attract a large number of customers, and it also provides an exceptional shopping experience to the customers. Now I would like to hand over the next part of the report to Mr. Chris.
Thank you, Dana. My name is Chris. Next, I'm gonna talk about Woolies. So, Woolworths is one of the biggest retail company that was founded in 1924. The company has over 1,000 supermarkets and 20 convenience store is operating throughout Australia. The company was founded in 1924. The company has a control room is set up with the brand premises. The brand premises would ensure the availability of the product all over its retail outlet seamlessly. The Woolworths is operating with corporate strategy. First, with the 3P: people, planet, and prosperity. The people, the Woolly is promising provide equal opportunity for customer, their worker, and subordinates. For the planet, Woolworths is promising that provide friendly and not harm to the planet. For prosperity, the company is surely commitment to ensure fair and equally business engagement with the supplier and stakeholder. And next, I'm gonna talk about the SWOT analysis of Coles and Woolly. For SWOT analysis of Coles, the strength of Coles is the second largest supermarket company in Australia. The available of wide range of products and services. The cost saving on products and services. How about the opportunity of Coles? Opportunity of Coles, they have the old brand recognition and emerging of the online selling. About Fred of Coles is always have problem with the supplier and the management issue of the company. About the weaknesses, the company is all the weaknesses. The company is had the problem with their competitor. So next I'm gonna talk about the SWOT of the Woolworths. The strength Woolworths is one of the oldest and the biggest retail in Australia. Secondly, the company is promising and sustainability to environment, community, and people. The opportunity of Woon was the company is trying to open their online sale and more old brand recognition. For the weaknesses, because the Woolly is it's pretty dominant with the supplier, so all they have the persistent problem with the supplier, and then lack of the international recognition for the threat, because the expansion, the aggressive expansion of Audi and all other small businesses. So, and next I'm gonna pass to Manis.
Thank you, Chris. I'd like to start my presentation with the strategic issues faced by both Woolies and Coles. First of all, I'd like to say there's a huge competition between these two giants. And along with these, there are other players in the market such as LD, IGA, and other local stores in the market. Because of this, there's a huge competition in the market, and this brings other strategic issues in play, such as price war. A small change in price of any products can lead to huge difference in demand and choices of customer. And because of that, there's difficulty in maintaining superior position in the market, because subtle change in customer taste and even a small change in price of product can lead to customer moving to other stores. And due to the high competition, there's saturation in the market. It's nearly impossible for any of the giant to expand or grow their business more than what's happening right now. Due to this, there's a high shift in power to the customer rather than to the businesses. So these are the strategic issues related to Coles and Woolies. Now I'd like to talk about pest. We did pestle analysis for both Woolies and Coles, and we found out certain things. Those are, for political aspect, we found out that government regulation in opposition for diplomatic nature of market for both the giants. And for economic aspect, there's a huge reduction in suppliers bargaining power, and Australian customer tend to spend less in the products. And for social aspect, we found out that these two giants supplies a huge number of healthy foods to their customer, and they all have convenient location all over the Australia, and they give more preferences to the customer than to their profits and their businesses. For technical aspect, we found out that they both have adapted to self-checking mechanism, where customer don't have to wait online for to a guy in a counter and spend their whole time in the line. They have machines to do that, and even Google apps have given them huge advantage related to price comparison and product quality. And for legal aspect, Australian government forces them to provide dietary information in their products, which huge benefit, which has huge benefit for the consumers. They can check the minerals or vitamins they needed in their food. And the other thing is, Australian food standard asks these businesses to maintain certain level of standard in their products. And lastly, I'd like to talk about environmental issues. All the grocery stores and gas chains in Australia maintain their relationship with each other with providing vouchers and discount cards to support each other businesses, which has been good for all the stores and all the companies. Now I'd like to go to recommendation. We have divided our recommendation into two parts. One is corporate recommendation and the other is business recommendation. For corporate recommendation, we suggest that all the stores have some amount of perishable goods in their stores, and rather than throwing them out in the bins, we'd like to recommend them to be provided to needy people or homeless people in the streets. And the other corporate recommendation we'd like to suggest is suggest them to maintain a healthy ecological relationship with the companies. Now I'd like to talk about the business recommendation. We suggest both Coles and Woolies to spend do more investment in data analytic technologies, and we also suggest Coles and Woolies to provide QR code in their products so consumer can compare the products using their phones, which could be beneficial for both the parties. Now I'd like to go to the conclusion part of our report. We found out that there's a high competition in the retail business industry of Australia, not only among Coles and Woolies. There's other players in the market, IGA and LD, and even the local stores. So there's huge competition in the market, and even small change in price can lead to big difference in demand and supplies. And there's a healthy fight between both the giants related to their price of the product and their locations and their supply chains, etc. And we did the internal and external analysis through SWOT and PESTEL, and we found out few conclusions based on that. And saying this, I'd like to conclude our presentation. Thank you.